Hey guys, how you all doing? Hope you're all keeping well out there. I'm Paul the Tech Giant and welcome to the channel where today I'm going to be conducting a brightness and reflection test on this 55-inch Samsung Q80t, and this is a 2020 model. Got the box for it right there. But as well as testing that out, what I thought I'd do is drag out my 65-inch Samsung Q90r from last year. Now, this is pretty much a model above, and some people would say it's two models above, because some people were saying that this model is actually sort of the equivalent of a Q70 from last year. But still, whatever it is a year older, but it was sort of like the top of the line. So I thought it'd just be interesting to have sort of a reference TV, if you want to look at it like that, to compare this Q80t to. Got to give a big shout out to the guys at box.co.uk for sending me out this 55-inch Q80t to test out for you guys. And if you would like to pick one of these up or check out the latest prices and specs, then I will be leaving a link in the description. So please go check it out. Now, before we fire up the first piece of footage, just want to show you guys that we've got a south-facing window here, or it's a south-facing living room, whichever way you want to look at it. And as you can see, it's a nice, bright, sunny day, so got a lot of light coming through, not directly onto the screens, but still a lot of light anyway. And just for the record, this is how we have the curtains here in our house. You know, net curtains in the UK, people don't take those down in the daytime, they stay like that all the time, so just want to make that perfectly clear. And yeah, I'm not going to be adjusting anything around. This is how we have our living room, so this is how it will be tested. You know, your setup maybe, well, is going to be different at your home or apartment or whatever it might be. So just, you know, bear that in mind. I can't test for everyone. You know, this is a real world test, and at the end of the day, I can't put each TV side by side. And like I said, this is really about this TV, and this one is just being chucked in for a bit of a bonus anyway. So let's fire up the first piece of footage. Right, so we are off with the first piece of footage, and I'm just going to quickly show you guys what the settings are on both of these TVs before we go looking in more detail. So both at the moment are set to standard, and both are set to max brightness of 50. Now, I've turned off all the eco modes, auto brightness stuff. That's all switched off, so they are both getting as much sort of brightness as that you can get out of them. So going in closer then. Now the excuse that sort of flickering there. That's just my phone. Now the Q80t up the top here seems to be doing a very good job, to be honest. I'll just move down to the Q90r there. And I don't have any problems. If I just sit in my normal sort of seating position there, I don't have any problems with seeing that whatsoever. It's slightly more washed, a fraction more washed out, I'd say, on the Q80t as opposed to the Q90r. But what I would say is the dark levels on the Q90r are probably a little bit crushed, if you want to look at that. Only fraction, but yes, a bit of a mixed bag between the two. So let's come round to the side and see what the viewing angles are like. Now it does seem to, again, like wash out a little bit as I'm sort of moving around there. I don't know if you guys can see that. So it looks sort of nice and vibrant up in those sort of trees there, and then it washes out just a bit. Yeah, you can see that as I come round. Now if we go down to the Q90r, and yeah, there is a noticeable difference, well, from what I can see anyway. It's definitely more washed out on the Q80t compared to the Q90r, but then it's a more expensive TV, the Q90r, so that is to be expected. Now let's come around the other side, and we can see obviously reflections there. Now I'm going to do my best to see what it's like down the bottom, and again we obviously can see those reflections there. So it's not doing too bad a job, but the problem is, because the actual sort of screen is washing out, you are pretty much sort of losing that whole image as such. And again, you can see, you know, it's a lot more, as I like to call it, wishy-washy. Sorry if I can't do both at the same time, it's a bit awkward. Saying that's a fair comparison there. As we can see, that's, even though we've got the reflections between, you know, we can sort of see the window there between the two. You can see this has got more contrast, where this has got that sort of milky, sort of misty sheen to it, if you want to look at it like that. Now, what I'm going to quickly do is change up the picture settings and change it to dynamic. Again, straight on, to be fair, I think it looks really, really good. Again, excuse the flickering, that isn't the TV's fault. And yeah, I'd say that the Q90R is crushing sort of the black areas a little bit. Again, this can be dialed out. These are factory default settings. You know, I'm not setting them all up sort of with professional calibration equipment and all that sort of stuff. They are just on their factory default settings. So it is what it is at the end of the day. So let's see if that's making any difference to that image there. Oh, and that's just stopped. So we just pause this a sec and fire it back up again. Back up and running now with another piece of footage of mine. And still in dynamic mode. So we'll take a walk and a look round to this side and see how that looks. So again, that has washed out there, as you can see. It's like nice and sort of contrasty there. Then the more you go round, the more you lose that contrast. So let's move down to the Q90R. And as you can see, it's a pretty obvious difference there, I think. Let me know what you think at home. I think that's pretty obvious. Now, not everyone's going to sit round to this sort of angle, but still, you know, it's something to bear in mind. The further you move around, the worse it seems to get. And even now you can sort of see it's a little bit sort of misty, a little bit washed out on the top. Let's move around the other side and look at the reflections again. So move down, and the Q90R is managing that quite a bit better. Let's go between the two. And you can definitely see that sort of misty, wishy-washy sheen on the Q80t there. But it is a cheaper TV at the end of the day, and you know, Samsung are going to hold things back for the better models, so it is perfectly understandable. Onto a piece of dark footage now, and again, this is a piece of my own material. Now, for anyone who is wondering why I'm not showing actual TV shows or films, well, it's simply because of copyright reasons. That is one thing people seem to forget about, think you can just show anything on TV. Well, unfortunately, you can't. If I could, I'd be putting on, you know, a Disney film for 2 hours and letting you watch that, but, you know, it's pretty obvious you can't do these sort of things. Anyway, we are still in dynamic mode, and as you can see, now it is gone obviously brighter here, but it is definitely a difference between the two there. That seems to be washing out even more now, if you guys can see that. I mean, it's still doing a fairly good job with the dark levels. I mean, if I go square on, it's not too bad at all. But when we come round to the side, again, it's really sort of going milky looking, misty. Where this one, yeah, look at, you know, you can really see that there. Hope this is coming across as I want it to. But I think that's yeah, pretty obvious. And move round to the side. Sorry it's not completely dark on this bit of footage, but you know, we have got some decent black levels on there. So move down. So yes, we are still getting those reflections, but we haven't got, like I say, that washed out look. Just go to a wider angle. Slight difference from being square on when it's seen like this. But what we'll do now again is we'll change the settings and we'll go back to standard mode. Right, I've got it sorted now, and I've actually changed them both to natural mode, as you can see just there. And again, both are on the max brightness levels for that. So apologies for me saying it's going to go to standard. It's actually natural. I thought I'd just mix it up a bit. So you know, we've had standard, dynamic and natural. So just go up and down between the two. Noticing a little bit sort of more mistiness on that scene there, even from straight on with that mode. Again, these things might be able to be dialed out. But as I've said, you know, I'm just using the default settings. Both have been, you know, factory reset, so I've not sort of messed around with one to make it look better or worse than the other. And yeah, there's a clear difference between the two right there. Let's move round to this side. Again, we can see those reflections, which is to be expected. It is very bright, but again, we're getting that sort of washed out look. We move down, and again, we can see the reflections there, but it's definitely what, you know, a more clear image of what we can see. So yeah, it's looking all wishy-washy and sort of misty, milky looking up there, and sort of more crisp down the bottom. So it's come out a bit wider, and yeah, you can see that there. That looks, you know, a lot sort of darker. There we go. Hope you guys appreciate this. I've been pulling out what little hair I have got trying to do this. It's been a technical nightmare, but there you go. I think that sort of says it all really, and we'll wrap it up right there. There you have it then, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that video today, and if you did, I would really appreciate a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, then maybe think about subscribing for more of the same in the future. So, thanks very much for joining me today, and hopefully I'll catch you guys on next one. Bye for now.